Hello, I'm Ken Spiro. I am the president and founder of SchoolSims. Delighted to be with you for this next in our YouTube series around the power of simulations, and in particular, focusing on rethinking professional learning to overcome funding challenges, especially in the current environment, where there's a fair amount of uncertainty that districts, universities are dealing with. But the opportunity is to engage in narrative reflection and practical engagement that simulations provide. And they provide it in a very cost-effective manner. So, when we think about traditional approaches to professional development or professional learning, often it's one of the first things to go when it's cuttable, when budgets need to shrink. The challenge of one-off workshops in terms of the opportunity to have retrieval, that leaders, aspiring leaders, sitting leaders, teachers, teacher leaders, etc., the opportunity to actually be able to apply, or the ability to apply when they need it, the hidden costs associated with taking time away. And fundamentally, as adult learners, and if you watch some of our earlier YouTubes, we talked about how simulations are so well aligned with adult learning. It's an opportunity to provide job-embedded, the requirement, really, we need to have job-embedded learning that meets participants where they are. It can be done in person, but it can also be done in a meaningful way when they are on their own. So why do simulations work? Again, repurposing this idea that experience is the best teacher. We know that, and we know that simulations approximate experience. And what this form of simulation does is provides an opportunity to deal with dilemmas. Often the most challenging issues that we face in schools or in classrooms or in districts often are things that don't have a right answer, right? You know that whatever you do, however good your answer is, it's going to come at a cost. And the question is, are you willing to bear that cost? One way or the other, you're going to have to, and that makes it difficult to, when we teach dilemmas, right? We can teach you the quote unquote right answer or the better answer, but doing it is challenging. So being able to practice with that is what simulations provide in an immersive way and with the opportunity for reflection. The goal is not to solve the sim. The goal is to engage in the activity, reflect on what happened, what could happen in one's own situation, etc., and in that way be able to enhance one's own self-efficacy. And they're very easy to deploy. Again, whether you're using them individually, whether you're using them in small groups, whether you're using them in large groups, they're very straightforward in terms of deployment. And they don't really require you to change anything that you're already doing. If you want to keep doing the professional development that you have, the beauty of this modality is that it blends with just about anything, because what we simulate is time. When you design content, it's around the content. It's around the things that people need to know. But we simulate time because that's where the practice happens. It happens over time in a context. And they're obviously ready to use and plug and play, whether you use them with existing stuff or in place of more expensive PD. This is an opportunity to engage in something that could actually be of greater efficacy, but at a lower price. So when we think about the challenges that our leaders and teachers are facing, the things that they need practice with, right? It's the high stakes decisions, right? You're on the spot. You are challenged with something that has pluses and minuses, and you have to be prepared to deal with those minuses even when you make a good decision. And the opportunity to explore these challenging and often exclusive issues of trying to have a positive climate, but at the same time, things are happening. Whether they're things that we're doing that can cause have some negative implications, as well as things that are just going on that we are responsible for because we lead the schools or we lead our classrooms. Obviously, crises happen. We have to be able to move in the moment, be able to be thoughtful, and not lose to amygdala hijack. It's gonna happen, but where we can impose some thinking on that. And obviously to deal with the differences amongst our students, the differences that between every student, and obviously the other stakeholders that may exist in our communities. And for teachers, just the opportunity to reflect on what happened, but in a way that can actually be practiced. And to test things out so that when we're going to face the next round of issues, that we have ideas, that we're not going to know exactly what to do, but we feel confident in our ability to actually do it. So when we think about this modality, again, it is so affordable because of its flexibility and the opportunity to sustain it in your budget, because you can keep using the simulations as your populations evolve. They can be used in PLCs, so you can deploy them without any need for instruction. They can be part of the team meetings. They can be part of building meetings where there's around strategy, around alignment, just around team building. Any one of those options or all of them are opportunities with the same modality. You don't have to do anything differently. Doesn't require any external expenses associated with it. And they're scalable across a district, across buildings, across classes. And the wonderful thing about it is because it is experience oriented, what it provides is a shared experience across these various locations. And when you have that, that means that everybody has insight into that shared space. And you can talk about characters, you can talk about classrooms, you can talk about buildings, and you're not referring to anything that's real. So it allows you to have that language where everybody understands what everybody's referring to because you have that common reference point. And it allows for that deeper learning, the opportunity to use fewer dollars, but use them better, and that opportunity for simulation. With today's environment, things are moving, things are changing. People are uncertain, certainly from a leadership perspective. People in the building need to have support in terms of navigating the complexity or the changing environment. New plans are required, so there's going to be changes in the environment, and supporting that. People don't like to change, but how do we make it doable? We want to be able to achieve the same level of development, but with fewer resources because we're going to have less, and that opportunity to build a shared culture and increase capacity, both for leadership and for teaching. And all of this is possible with simulations. And finally, the opportunity for reflection, right? We as adult learners, we like to be able to not only have the opportunity to learn, but to have it help us reflect on what has happened. And obviously the things we remember most are the mistakes, the things that we feel like we could have done better, or maybe we failed, right? In some small ways, we failed to help this student out. We failed to the way we wanted to. And so we're going to reflect on that because it bothers us. But here's an opportunity to turn that reflection into a positive, to turn that reflection into, okay, so how am I going to do that better next time I face it? Again, I may not get it right, but how do I then mitigate the situation to turn it into as positive situation as I can? And with the limited funding, this is an opportunity that allows you to go further. It allows you to address both group needs, also individual needs, and do it in a very scalable way. Thank you for your attention. It's a pleasure to engage with you. Look forward to coming back to you with our next in the YouTube series. Be well, and congratulations on ending the school year, and best of luck with the summer.